Welcome again to my YouTube channel, Storytelling by Kenny. Please kindly click on the subscribe button to subscribe to this channel and click on the notification button to always get notified whenever we post another beautiful story. Thank you.
The pain of marrying the wrong person is deadlier than the fear of not getting married before 35. Sarah had always believed in love, the kind that made your heart race, left you breathless, and, preferably, came with a husband before the age of 35. It wasn't that she didn't enjoy being single. She had a great job, wonderful friends, and the freedom to eat cereal for dinner without judgment. But as she inched past 30, society made sure she never forgot the looming disaster ahead. "Sarah, time is running out," her mother warned during every phone call. "Your eggs are not getting any fresher." Her aunts were even worse. "At your age, we had 3 children and a husband who at least pretended to love us," Aunt Florence lamented. "What are you doing with your life?" "I have a career," Sarah reminded them. "A career won't keep you warm at night," another aunt piped in. "That's why I have a heater," Sarah shot back. They didn't laugh. So when Daniel entered her life, she took it as a divine sign, one she should have returned to sender immediately. The perfect disaster. Daniel was charming, smooth-talking, and smelled like expensive cologne, the type of man who could sell you an empty box and make you feel grateful for it. He was also ready for marriage, which, in Sarah's situation, felt like discovering an oasis in the middle of the Sahara Desert. They had barely dated for a year before he proposed. Her best friend, Tolu, had questions. "Are you sure about this?" Tolu asked. "He seems, well, kind of controlling." "Nonsense. He's just a man who knows what he wants. And what he wants is to tell you what to wear, who to talk to, and how to breathe." Sarah dismissed the warning signs. So what if he had a little temper? So what if he made decisions for her instead of with her? Wasn't that what men did? At 33, she wasn't getting any younger. The wedding was grand. The hall was decorated like something out of a fairy tale, her dress sparkled, and her relatives danced like they had just won the lottery. "This is the happiest day of your life," her mother beamed. Sarah believed her. She shouldn't have. Marriage, but make it a horror movie. It started with little things. The first time Daniel yelled at her, it was over toothpaste. "Toothpaste. Why do you squeeze it from the middle?" he snapped. "What kind of uncultured behavior is this?" Sarah blinked. I don't know. It's just toothpaste." Daniel sighed dramatically, like a man forced to endure the greatest suffering known to humanity. "Next time, roll it from the bottom," he said. "It's common sense." "Okay, fine. No big deal." Then came the TV remote incident. One evening, Sarah settled on the couch, ready to enjoy a movie. She picked a romantic comedy. Daniel looked up from his phone. "Why are we watching this?" "Because I like it." He scoffed. "You should watch something more meaningful, such as documentaries, history, maybe some politics. Something that stimulates your brain." Sarah frowned. "I like movies that make me laugh." "That's the problem," he muttered. "You don't take anything seriously." That was when it hit her: she had married a joy thief. Things got worse. He complained about her friends. "Why do you spend so much time with Tolu? She's a bad influence." He hated her independence. "Why do you need a job? My mother never worked, and my father provided for all of us." He controlled her wardrobe. "That dress is too tight. You're a married woman now. Dress appropriately." Sarah tried to adjust. She stopped seeing her friends as often. She changed the way she dressed. She quit her job. But the more she shrank herself, the more he demanded. The day Sarah woke up. One day, Daniel came home in a foul mood. "Where's dinner?" he barked. Sarah, who had spent the entire day cleaning the house, sighed. "I haven't made it yet. But I can start now." Daniel's face twisted in disgust. "What kind of wife are you?" Sarah stared at him. A deep, profound realization settled over her. She was exhausted. Exhausted from tiptoeing around his moods. Exhausted from feeling like a prisoner in her own home. Exhausted from a marriage that felt less like a partnership and more like a life sentence without parole. That night, as Daniel snored beside her, Sarah packed a bag. Not a dramatic, movie-style exit with luggage bursting open in the rain, just a small bag with the essentials. And in the quiet of the night, she walked out. The aftermath. Divorce was messy. Society judged her. Couldn't you have just endured? Men will always be men. At your age, you might never marry again. And guess what? She didn't care. For the first time in years, she felt free. She got her job back. She traveled. She reconnected with her friends. She laughed at stupid movies without someone telling her they were meaningless. And when she turned 35, she threw herself a birthday party not because she had found a husband, but because she had found herself again. She sat at the table, surrounded by love, not the kind that came with a wedding ring, but the kind that made her heart full. Tolu clinked her glass. To Sarah, who realized that it's better to be single at 35 than married to a human headache. Everyone laughed. Sarah laughed the loudest. Moral of the story. The fear of being single is nothing compared to the pain of marrying someone who makes you regret waking up every day. Being single at 35 is not a tragedy. Marrying the wrong person is. This is the end of this story. Thanks for watching. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel for more beautiful stories and African tales.